Patrick here with Vetted. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let's jump in. This is huge news if this is true. Exclusive. Okay, this is from the Daily Mail. Pentagon UFO chief Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick will be replaced by end of the year as whistleblowers accuse him of lying to the public and ignoring witnesses. Okay, this is huge. Again, let me read that. Pentagon UFO chief, okay, of AARO, okay, the All-Domain Anomalous Resolution Office. That's the Pentagon's UFO office, right, studying UFOs. The UFO chief, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, who we've covered on the channel, right, having all this drama with David Grush. And, I mean, I can't believe I'm making another video, right? The third one in a row involving this guy, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. Will be replaced by end of the year as whistleblowers accuse him of lying to the public and ignoring witnesses. Okay. If this is true, this is very interesting. So it says a candidate shortlist to replace Dr. Kirkpatrick at the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, has been interviewed, an ex-official told dailymail.com. So they've already interviewed, people to replace him. New UFO whistleblowers, per one attorney, don't want to go to Sean's AARO. Okay. Really knowledgeable UFO whistleblowers, as opposed to not really knowledgeable UFO whistleblowers. Anyway, people who've laid their hands on the equipment, as the attorney told the dailymail.com, never did trust Sean. Okay. So it's by author Matthew Phelan, I don't know, senior science reporter for the Daily Mail. All right. We're going to go through this article because it's fascinating. All right, let's just jump in. The Pentagon's UFO chief will resign by year's end. Will resign, okay? All right, let's just jump in. Right, I do have commentary here. Like, is it because of that, or he wants to leave? I mean, is it his choice, a mix, not his choice? Amid a wave of complaints accusing him, okay, so, answering my own question here. Amid a wave of complaints accusing him of making false statements about UFO whistleblowers and fostering an atmosphere of disinterest, the dailymail.com understands. That's interesting. I mean, considering everything with David Grush that's been happening that we just covered, like, that's the whistleblower, false statements about him. Is that from the media roundtable thing that we've been covering? Man, this is interesting. 4 major candidates have been interviewed to replace the current director of the Pentagon's UFO office, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, following months of heated public sparring between the former CIA physicist, UFO whistleblowers, and activists. Wow. That is true. All of that is true. We've covered it ourselves. So 4 major candidates have been interviewed. People we know, people we don't. Curious to hear what everyone thinks in the comments. I'll make a video this weekend about all the potential candidates. People. It's probably going to be somebody we don't know. Let's be real. The Pentagon appears to have already made the decision on Kirkpatrick's unnamed successor, according to one former Pentagon official with past involvement in related UFO investigation programs, who spoke with the dailymail.com. Wow. So that's interesting. So the Pentagon has already made this decision. So, what about Kirkpatrick's, secret, delegation of people that are running this thing? I mean, I don't think that was true, if I'm being honest. Again, remember, that was an unnamed source on the Good Trouble show with Matt Ford. I mean, I just don't see how they connect now. You know what I mean? I don't see how that makes any sense. So, and again, this is going off unnamed sources. We don't know if this is true. Why? Let me just jump into this, and we'll continue to read this. Okay, so right here. Let's keep reading. Hang on a second. Given their public affairs track record, this ex-official said, they may not put out anything to the press until well after the change, but who knows? They might surprise us. So right here we've got Christopher Sharp from the Liberation Times tweeted out. So this is after the article came out from the Daily Mail. DOD spokesperson Sue Go. And she's spoken for Dr. Kirkpatrick a lot. Dr. Kirkpatrick, quote, remains the director, Arrow. He is not currently employed by Oak Ridge National Laboratory. That'll make more sense in a minute. We have no Arrow personnel announcements to make at this time. So, Oak Ridge National Laboratory. So what happens? Ross Coulthart tweets out right here, number 1 of 3. So we're going to go over 3 tweets that he tweeted out. Is current DOD Arrow boss Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick moving on? He registered this LLC 2 weeks ago, 16th of October, Nonlinear Solutions, to a North Carolina address, bought with his wife in November 2017, which I will not be publicly disclosing, and I urge others to respect his privacy. Okay? But, you know, we're putting this up. But anyway, all right, so he starts that company. Number 2, Sean M. Kirkpatrick is now registered as staff with the DOE Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Oak Ridge National Laboratory is run by UT and Battelle, I don't know how to say that, for energy. If this is Kirkpatrick, then the Battelle link raises serious perception of conflict questions. So apparently Battelle, if it's French, I don't know, is like somehow involved with reverse engineering programs, okay? So that would definitely be a conflict of interest there, right? So, wow. And look, what's interesting too is let's go to the 3rd tweet and then I'll come back to that. So this image you see right here, okay? Look, I'll just show you real quick. Oh, it is there. Okay, interesting. Does have him there. Well, his bio page or something is gone. I'll show you guys in a second. So the 3rd tweet that Ross Coulthart tweets out, okay, investigative journalist who interviewed David Grush, okay, in the News Nation interview, who does a lot of UFO books and whatever, if you don't know who he is. Also on the Battelle board, Stephanie O'Sullivan, former deputy director of the ODNI, okay, Office of the DNI. The DNI oversees the U.S. intelligence community and serves as principal advisor to the president on intelligence issues, okay? And ex-CIA director of science and technology, okay? As Liberation Times reported, she has previously denied awareness of a UAP crash retrieval program. Okay, so questions have been sent to Department of Defense and DOD's Arrow, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, asking if he's the same person listed as staff at Oak Ridge National Laboratory. If so, it requires explanation because the Arrow boss is presumably also investigating possible Battelle links with crash retrieval engineering programs. So basically saying, like, if he's potentially working for that national laboratory, okay, Oak Ridge, but also working for Arrow, and Oak Ridge is connected to Battelle, whatever, and they're connected with crash retrieval programs, you could see how he's basically investigating a company he works for, right, potentially. But again, you've got this from the DOD. Dr. Kirkpatrick remains the director of Arrow. He is not currently employed by Oak Ridge National Laboratory. That is just, he is not currently employed. So maybe they're just setting up the steps for it, you know. So Ross Coulthart then tweets out, this did not answer the questions put to them. This does not resolve whether Dr. Kirkpatrick is going to a job with Oak Ridge National Laboratory. He's right. And whether the staff member named as Sean M. Kirkpatrick is the DOD Arrow boss. Exactly. And guess what? They've now blocked the link we found. which they did not, I guess. So his link is still there. So you can email him right there. Okay, that link was blocked before, though. I did check, and it was blocked, so that's interesting. They unblocked it. He's right, because it was blocked. So, what's also interesting is you've got this coming up on Wednesday, November 15th. Don't forget. Okay? Boom. Right here. Live stream, YouTube, Hayden Center. I think we're going to try to live stream this. I mean, November 15th, 7 p.m. Eastern. That'd be 6 for me. Yeah. So, right, okay, you've got this Hayden Center, UAP, the search for clarity. DOD arrows Sean Kirkpatrick. If he's still the boss, maybe he's going to announce he's leaving. I mean, it would make sense if he was going to leave, right, with a little bit of time, get the new guy in, get him trained, and he bounces out to go do something else. And it could be because nobody trusts him. But are people going to trust the new guy, right? Is it just this office they don't trust? Because they're going to have to follow the same rules. Does it really matter who's the head? Right? Maybe it's better to have someone like Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. I mean, who are they going to get in there? If it's being controlled by some secret cabal of, right, people, like, do you care who's in there? Right? Does that make sense? Like, that was the accusation from Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. So are these legacy board of directors that were behind the scenes, this super secret one that Matt Ford said, are they now going to be behind this new Arrow guy? Right? I mean, again, it's probably going to be somebody we don't know who comes into this. I mean, who are they going to get? Really? Like, people are like, Luis Elizondo. They're not going to hire Luis Elizondo to come back and run Arrow, y'all. You crazy? That's not happening. So anyway, let's get back to this article a little bit. The personnel shift marks the culmination of months of accusations and counter-accusations traded between Kirkpatrick and former Intel officer David Grush, which we have covered the last 2 videos, okay? I'll put links to them down below in the description, who has alleged widespread illegality stemming from a long-secret UFO program. This week, Grush publicly accused Kirkpatrick of lying about his office's efforts to investigate these claims. Well, it should be said that Kirkpatrick accused Grush first, right? Which had been laid out by Grush last July under oath before Congress. Previously, Kirkpatrick had described Grush's same testimony made before the House Oversight Committee as insulting to the officers of the Department of Defense and Intelligence community. But fellow UFO whistleblowers working with Grush, some past and present DOD and intelligence community officers themselves, reportedly don't trust and never did trust Sean, according to an attorney aiding their efforts. Wonder who that attorney is. Is it Sheehan? I bet it is. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That's a deep cut. Right? No, it's not really. Is his name Danny Sheehan? I think that's his name. I wonder who it is. Or is it David Grush's lawyer? You know? While the precise reasons for his alleged departure remain murky, Dr. Kirkpatrick has faced vehement public criticism in recent weeks from UFO enthusiasts and so-called disclosure advocates seeking government transparency on UFOs and aliens. I mean, nobody likes this guy. A citizen's petition calling for Dr. Kirkpatrick's immediate removal, hosted by Change.org, has garnered 1,739 signatures since its posting on October 22nd, 2023. Yeah, I have seen that on Twitter and Reddit. It's interesting. Oh, wow. Look at that. The petition's author, Lisa Fine, accused Kirkpatrick of operating a secret committee which directs the Department of Defense's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, Arrow's actions and public statements. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So is it just going to be a new committee, secret committee, right? Whoever this new person is. Dr. Kirkpatrick has repeatedly lied to the American people about a lack of evidence concerning UFOs, UAPs, according to Fine, referencing the updated terminology for unidentified flying objects. In recent years, Pentagon brass, NASA experts, and others have taken to calling what were once known as flying saucers unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAP. The petition's allegation that Dr. Kirkpatrick has assembled a secret advisory panel to run AARO while still unproven first emerged that same day via reporting by Matt Ford, host of the Good Trouble Show YouTube channel, who had cited an anonymous source. I just don't know how real that is now, honestly. If this is true, right, that he is leaving, I don't get it. That means this secret advisory panel is now going to run the new person. But the other recent accusations that Kirkpatrick has lied to the American people have come much more directly. Pardon me. This Halloween, AARO hosted a conference call Q&A session between reporters and Dr. Kirkpatrick, in which the physicist fielded multiple questions about David Grush and his allegations of a covert UFO crash retrieval and reverse engineering program. On the call, Kirkpatrick told assembled media that he had interviewed a whole range of people, over 30 people now, in relation to the allegedly secret and illegal activity. I think we've interviewed most of the people that Grush may have talked to, Kirkpatrick added in reference to investigative work that Grush reportedly performed while assisting AARO's predecessor, the Pentagon's UAP task force. So again, we've covered these in two videos, the last two videos that have come out. But Grush quickly accused Kirkpatrick of inventing these outreach efforts by his AARO team in their entirety. I have zero emails or calls from them, Grush told reporters for News Nation the following day. That is a lie. Similarly, one retired U.S. Air Force captain, David Schindel, a former Minuteman ICBM launch control officer who reported his UFO encounter to AARO, said he felt that its personnel projected an atmosphere of disinterest. Schindel told viewers of Matt Ford's Good Trouble that Kirkpatrick and his AARO team were not people I want to talk to again. It's very interesting they're mentioning Matt Ford's show and Good Trouble and, I wonder who's giving them, the Daily Mail, this information. The Mail's former intelligence official, who has intimate knowledge of the military's ever-evolving UFO, UAP investigation portfolio, cautioned against drawing a direct line between these controversies and any plans for Kirkpatrick's departure, however. Sean has directly told folks he is leaving by the end of the year, this former intelligence official told thedailymail.com, under the condition of anonymity. These are the things that's hard to, these secret sources, y'all. It's just odd. It's like the same group of people, right? They mentioned that petition. This is a small little bubble in UFO world, that these people that share all this stuff, you can see who shares everything on Twitter and stuff, who reposts the same stuff, and they'll pick these small shows. You wonder why are they reposting the same small show? It's interesting. I'm curious who this intel official is. Are they the same one that told Matt? Is it the same source? I bet there's just a small little group of sources that feed everybody. Anyway, I think it's completely a planned departure. He probably gave them a timeline when he took the job, according to the source, citing geographical stress on Dr. Kirkpatrick's family life. See, this may not be some secret thing. I just don't think there's some secret cabal, panel running all this stuff. I am sure he's ready to go. I wouldn't read into it any more than that, honestly. Well, that's honest of this guy, at least. The source added that he has heard AARO's first and current director would be moving on to a position with Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which briefly hosted the kernel of an apparent staff bio for Kirkpatrick before it mysteriously disappeared. But it's back. We saw that. It's back. So, veteran Australian TV news broadcaster and investigative reporter Ross Coulthart, who conducted the first televised interview with David Grush, said that this staff bio requires explanation in a series of posts to X. We've covered all these. The AARO boss is presumably... Yes. So we've already got this. Anyway, yes, see, we've covered all this. Look at that. Outside official channels, however, news of Kirkpatrick's planned departure have reached Daniel Sheehan. That's who I was talking about. The Harvard-trained lawyer who represented past UFO whistleblower Luis Elizondo in his formal complaint to the DoD's Inspector General. He's out at the end of the year, and that's a big deal, Sheehan told the DailyMail.com, adding that he understands 4 major candidates are up for the job, opening at the top of Arrow. Sheehan, whose history litigating progressive civil rights law cases dates back to the Vietnam era Pentagon Papers, is now chief counsel, president, and co-founder of the New Paradigm Institute. The Institute, a branch, Romero, UAP Transparency. Okay. As to Sean, I've heard some of the same rumors, but they're just rumors. I really don't know his plans. So anyway, I'll let y'all read the rest of this. This is an interesting article. There's a lot to it. What do y'all think? Sean Kirkpatrick out at Arrow? Is that really happening? This secret panel behind the scenes, you think that's still real? You know, from Matt Ford's show? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense, right? The source is saying, really, just don't look into it too much. He's leaving. He probably gave him a timeline when he took the job. Look, I'll do it for this X amount of time, and then I'm gone, right? So who knows? Is there something more nefarious there? I don't know. This is interesting, though. Can't wait to read the comments, see what everyone says. All right, guys. As always, every day's a gift. We'll see you on the next video. And we'll be putting a video together of all the potential candidates, right? See who could be replaced here, who could replace Dr. Kirkpatrick. So anyway, apparently they already haven't decided. Anyway. All right, guys. See you on the next video.